What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Talk Punch. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, whether you're watching us here on YouTube or you're listening in on the audio version of the podcast, make sure you go ahead and subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, push the little notification bell, so that way you can come back here every Wednesday to see what we're talking about. Kind of like this week's topic, we're talking about the top 3 movie universes or worlds that we would like to live in. Got that?
Got it. Sounds good.
I am Brody Hanson, joined by
To Don Gillen.
Charlie.
a returning Charlie. His
Returning?
triumphant return.
Woo.
It is good to have you back, sir.
That's very true. Many's
Good to
an
be back.
episode Brody's been crying.
All the time I
Ah,
cry.
I missed you guys. I missed all of you so much.
Oh.
But Brody said I was only allowed to miss 2 episodes on paternity leave, or he would replace me completely on the podcast. So you got to do what you got to do.
You know, there's only so many Batman-specific episodes that Dylan and I can do.
That's true. That's
I
true.
want- And I'm so jealous because I would love to talk Bat with you guys. But all right, next time.
Oh, you know, I think the Bat topics are probably never ending. I think we could come up
That's
with
true.
a lot
That's
of
actually
Bat
true.
topics.
There's a lot of bad topics.
But
Hey, later we can bat around a few more. So
we're not
Hey.
talking Batman today. Unless
That's
you
right.
want to live in Gotham City, which, honestly, that sounds like a horrible place to live. So,
Yeah.
we're talking about worlds that we actually want to live.
Right.
yes.
So did you guys have any sort of criteria that you worked on with this? As you
I
thought?
had
Oh, yeah.
some criteria. Go ahead, Charlie. Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Let's hear. No. After
Me?
you, after
Okay.
you.
So I wanted to, as I was thinking about this, I wanted to make sure in my mind that I was picking like a universe where I could just fit in as me, right? Like it'd be cool to be in the Star Wars universe if I got to be a Jedi,
Yeah.
but if I was just like a guy living on Tatooine, not so great. So I had just kind of like that. That was kind of my process. It was like it have to be, even if I got no powers or no upgrades to my person, what would be a cool universe to exist in? Now, if the rules of the universe exist in such a way that allows me to, I don't know, live forever or whatever, that's one thing. But if there's only like one cool aspect, I kind of went a different direction with it, as you'll see from my list.
Yeah.
How about you two, Dom?
I went kind of similar. I actually chose worlds that would be similar enough to where I could survive, because I thought, Lord of the Rings, and I'd be dead in the first hour that I was there because I accidentally ate something that
Baloney,
killed
you
me, or
hobbit.
there was a thing that fucking killed me. Even still, I'd go on the day where it's like, and now like the giants are gonna go eat some hobbits. And they'll be like, hey, didn't you know that you gotta hide out? And I'm like, I didn't know that. How would I know that? I didn't. So I chose things where I would specifically be able to survive and not die, which is, by the way, very ironic because of my third pick. Very ironic.
Oh, the Hunger Games. Can't wait to see.
Oh, no hunger. No, the well-fed games. Now we're talking.
Yeah, there we go.
This list was actually a little hard for me because I was
What
like,
was your parameters, bro? What do you think? What
Well,
made you? How did you?
My first thought was all these like futuristic. Things are great in the future. So I tried to not do all future stuff. So I do have one that is a little contingent on kind of fitting into. But other than that, it was just like, this is a place. This is a world or a universe that I would love.
Interesting.
So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you guys will
We'll
be
see.
like, that
Where
doesn't
is
make sense, Brody.
That's
You
not what
can't
we
live
talked
there.
about.
Because honestly, like, who wants to live in the Middle Ages? I don't want to live in like medieval times. It sounds horrible.
Who wants to live in the lost city of Atlantis that's underwater?
I don't want to live in. I don't want to live in any comic book universe because they're all getting attacked by supervillains all the time.
Yeah. Very true.
Oh, Charlie, did you have?
No.
Oh.
There's lots of the Atlantis thing is funny because I did think about Atlantis, different different things of Atlantis. Also, I want to say that I thought about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory,
Oh, that's
and just like being able to live in a chocolate factory. And then Then it got me thinking, like what a jerk this guy is. Is he like creates this magical land that's full of edible candy and chocolate everywhere, and then literally has a song shaming a kid for being too fat. Like the whole like there's like no broccoli trees. There's not like it's not like carrots and asparagus growing out of that. It's like a freaking chocolate river, and eat all the chocolate you want. And but now you're fat. Where's your self-control in this magical land where everything's made of edible chocolate and candy? Guy is a creepy jerk, and that is not on my list.
Definitely true.
All right. Well, let's go to some stuff that is on the list.
Oh, right.
All right.
It's
Tudong, you're
yes,
up.
sir. Well, my third choice, ironic because I'm trying to stay alive, and yet with this third choice right here, happens to be Beetlejuice, where basically you're going to be dead. It's a normal world, and then you die.
Oh.
But at least in this world, it's gonna be fun. You've got Beetlejuice you can talk to, hang out with. You've got the Maitlands right there. You have all sorts of people there. It's great. So, I mean, if I was going to, I thought if I had to die, I'd die in one of these right here. You know what's happening. You can start doing calypso music because you're a ghost. I don't know. I have no idea. But I thought, sandworms, you hate them, right? No, it's great.
man.
I like the whole thing. It's very interesting. And would not be a civil servant. You got to kill yourself for that. No way. No way. I'm not Winona Ryder in this one. She was trying to do that. He was going to bring her over there. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Crazy talk. But
I do not want to live.
I thought of that, and I was like, that would be just so fun.
I do not want to live in this universe. Ghosts coming back. Beetlejuice is around, who's just waiting to terrorize you. You're stuck in your house with sandworms.
You're already dead.
Sounds horrible.
Now it's great.
I disagree with this pick.
Calypso music.
Any universe where where to avoid the really bad person, all you have to do is just not say their name repeatedly, is like a pretty safe universe to live in. As far as like, just don't say Candyman, just don't say Beetlejuice, and you're right. Okay. Just read the book. Read the book, bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
Worst case scenario,
I'm not convinced.
Hang out with Beetlejuice. That's not bad.
I'm not convinced.
Not bad.
Hey, Tim Burton directed it, bro. Usually back in the days,
yes.
That would have convinced me.
That's true. Yeah, my top 3 picks would have been Gotham, Beetlejuice, and Edward Scissorhands.
Hey, why not?
All
Big
right.
fish.
Just the normal world. Okay, my number 3. Demolition Man. Come on, it's like a perfect society. Aside from Simon Phoenix coming out of the frozen ice, everything is great. There's no crime. The police don't have things to do.
They don't have things to do.
You know, I'm more of a Del Taco guy, but Taco Bell is like a super fancy restaurant. Hey, I could do that. Also, I want to live in this universe because I want to know what the seashells are for.
The 3 seashells. That, yeah. Learn how to work.
I will say that this world wasn't great for everyone. That Dennis Leary and the sewer people would like to have a word with you about how perfect a society this is.
That's true.
But the best part of this society is like they can implant skills while you're sleeping. Like they give like the ability to knit or to like, oh, now you want to play piano. Let me just implant this into your brain.
Sounds great.
That part I can get
I almost picked The Matrix because of that, and then I realized how horrible that would be. But I was like, that's like you get all sorts of knowledge downloaded. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. The Matrix, which you're not allowed.
Horrible though. I mean, I'll push back with this, bro. When they're in the car and they're listening to music, it's all like old commercial jingles.
There's ways to get around that, I'm sure.
That's true.
Well, you can start. There's opportunities there to start a new radio station and get some good music going.
There you go. But yeah, I thought that this would be a great universe to live in. Also, I want to be in the future.
There you go.
Okay, Charlie, you're number 3.
All right, my number 3.
I thought about
is the Lego Movie universe.
I thought about it.
Where I can build anything I want, anytime I want, and I can literally fall to pieces, and then just put myself back together. I get to hang out with Batman without having to go to Gotham City and dealing with all the crazies. The whole universe is really fun and bright and colorful. And if I get real bored, I can just hop right out of the city and go hang out with the real life humans. So go hang out with Will Ferrell and his family. What's up? So that's my pick. Lego Movie, baby. Come on.
That's a very good pick. I thought about putting it on my list.
I did. That's a good one. I didn't think of that. That's a.
All right.
That's the second one? Yeah, that's the second.
That's the second one.
I couldn't find a good poster of the first one where it didn't look like everyone was in terror. So, she's like running and screaming, and I'm like, that's not really the vibe that I'm trying to capture here. Look how terrified everyone is. That's where I want to be.
Nice.
Yeah, you'd have to deal with President Business.
Well, I mean, after the first movie, he's a good guy. In the first movie, but then by the end, he was like good.
But then you're getting terrorized by Duplos.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've seen Lego Movie 2, so I don't know if it gets better or worse. But yeah,
I don't remember that
die.
I really liked Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to see it. I got to check that out. But the universe as a whole, I love me some Legos, and then being able to just build them at will.
Just to go to different worlds that they had there. That was cool.
For sure. All right. Well, moving on to number 2. Tudong, you're number 2.
Tudong. Now, this one is a little bit closer to the parameters I set for myself. It is definitely based on the real world, but it's a romantic comedy with just a little bit of a tinge right there is Amelie, and also because that's the name of the kid that I'm going to be having, not personally, imminently. But also, I mean, I love the surreal romantic aspect of it. And I mean, it is based again, like on reality. It wouldn't be very difficult. And it's in France, and it's not like, it's not in the big hustle and bustle, really. It doesn't seem like it's set. I can't remember if it's set in Paris or not. It's really, I mean, like the whole thing, all of the world and the surrealness of it, and the imagination, and just the romance, and just the people, and they're awkward, and they don't even really know what they're doing or why they're doing it, but it's fun, and they have every single person has all these different things about them, and it's richer. It's like a rich atmosphere, and then, people may not always be happy, but I mean, it seems like a wonderful world to be in, and that would be a lot of fun, I think, especially with a wife. You guys seen it, right?
I have never seen this movie.
Unbelievable. Well, I mean, it takes place obviously in France, but I mean, it's also, I mean, there's aspects of it where you could tell it's like in the imagination, but I mean, being able to see that if you're in that world would just be like different pictures out of nowhere, like, hey, did she actually call the guy today? And no, she said she's gonna call him tomorrow. Oh, well, all right, in that case, it's good. Just kind of those little things, and the different things that you can do to brightens anybody's day. I mean, all these kinds of things. It's just it seems like a really a fun, warm, happy place.
There you go.
And it inspired the name for my daughter. So
there you go.
You saw it, right, Charlie?
I don't think I ever saw it. If it helps, I meant to watch it.
Oh, that totally helps. You guys should see it. It's a really fun movie.
To watch it.
It's really fun. Like, I highly recommend it.
We're gonna watch it.
Okay. There you go. Nobody's watching it. Right next to you, bro. Next is you.
All right. My number 2. Now, this one is the one that I want to be a part of the group. I want to be in the wizarding world, but I gotta be a wizard.
But you're not, bro. You're just a regular dude. You're just getting killed by Voldemort.
No,
this is my. Like, it's lackeys. Because they're magic.
Yeah.
Voldemort was like 20 years ago.
Gonna eat you.
Voldemort was like 20 years ago. I'm talking about like
and his lackeys could be 100 years old, and they'd still kill you because they have magic. 100-year-old
dragons eating you just for no reason.
That's not true. Yeah. Dragons don't just eat you for no reason.
You'll walk by the Whomping Willow tree, and you won't even realize it's knock your head clean off, bro.
I know where the Whomping Willow tree is. We can avoid it. It's all right. I want to be a wizard, and I want to live in this universe so that I can go to Diagon Alley, and I can have a job doing wizard stuff.
I hope you'd walk through the street saying these things. That's what I would want to see. I want to say, no, I want to jump Diagon Alley. I know where the Whomping Willow tree is.
And then
I love it. I think it's perfect. But wait a minute, what house would you be in? What house would you be in? You got to be in a house.
Oh, I'm a Slytherin. That's what Pottermore told me, which is the official sorting.
Well, I decide for myself, and I'm Hufflepuff because they're the gardeners with herbs and whey and curds and beans.
There's no way that you're Hufflepuff.
Why not?
But
I'm Hufflepuff.
In this world, they've got their own sports. I can go see Quidditch. I can apparate to different places. I can travel the world. I can check out Hogwarts. I can go to all these fancy places that the Muggles don't have access to. I think this would be super cool. I would love to live in this.
Unless you are a Muggle.
I'm not a Muggle.
Yeah,
you're 100% right.
If I live in this universe, I'm a wizard.
All right. If you get the caveat to declare yourself wizard, then absolutely. 100%.
I have the beard for it. I get a big hat. I'll wear like a cloak, like a dress cloak thing.
Can we hear your old man wizard voice? Do your best, Gandalf. Do your best. Do your best, Gandalf. No. Do your best.
Pick your old wizard.
Expelliarmus.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore. There we go. Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
I know when
Harry Potter.
Avada Kedavra.
My best old man cough here.
That's true. But yeah, I think this would be super cool to live in, but I'd have to be a wizard.
Killed in 5 seconds. I'd be dead. I'd be walking along, la la la, and that Whomping Willow tree knock my head off. I'd be like, I can't believe I forgot where this thing is. I had a map. I'd be walking around.
Where do I go?
Definitely headless Nick.
As an adult.
I'd be like,
as
definitely.
An adult who's never been a magic person used before. Where do I go to learn how to use these new powers I've obtained? Hey, I'd watch that Hogwarts, but like with a bunch of 30 to 40-year-olds in it, just kind of learning how to. They've suddenly got magical powers, and they're like, "What do I do?"
Hey, they have to have, like an adult's class or something like that. They have that.
Like remedial wizardry. Yeah.
The GED program for wizards.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a book there. Brody, go ahead. Go write the story.
I agree. Yeah.
So there's my number 2, the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Charlie, your number 2.
My number 2.
I thought about putting this one too.
Well, you didn't. So no, I love me some Wreck-It Ralph. I love me. Video games are wonderful. I play a lot of video games, and I've played a lot of video games my whole life. And the idea that I could get sucked into a video game is a story that I've thought about since I was like 6. Like, oh, it'd be so cool to be be hanging out with Mario and Luigi, and like, what's up? And then it's a fantastical story, bedtime story that I would tell my kids. We'd be getting sucked into the Minecraft universe or this universe, and then we're having these adventures with our video game friends. But of course, the movie was fantastic, and the idea of just being able to hop arcade game to arcade game. And then in the second movie, they get just to go to the internet, and they're hanging out with Disney princesses and whoever else. Like the whole world is there, contained in this wonderfully crafted animated universe. It'd be a lot of fun to kind of be able to live out some childhood fantasies of, racing and shooting and jumping and getting to hang out with Fix It Felix and and Ralph himself. Be a lot of fun. Zangief. Go to Tappers and have some root beer. Love me some Tappers.
Nice.
Yeah, the only reason that I didn't put this on my list was because of just kind of that impending fear that your machine is going to get shut down or it's going to break, or you get like stuck in that central world. Then you're
go to the internet.
You're a homeless character like the Q*bert guys.
I thought that if I was in this world that I'd have to be playing like the video game, and I thought this is just one of the other video games I'd be playing, and it's just a regular world. I wanted a little bit more change. I
No, no,
didn't
I mean,
actually
and
think I
in the
saw
game.
it.
And by the way, at the end of the first movie, the Kubert guys and everybody, they get brought into the other games. So it's like all
Yeah,
this
that's true.
cross
That's a
pollination
good
of
point.
characters, which
Now,
I could help facilitate. As
now, doesn't this
Which
go against your criteria, Charlie? Because you're saying that to be in this world, you'd have to be a video game.
no, because the world itself is what changed me, right? There aren't, it's all cartoon universe and
I
it's
think
inside the
if
game. So
I
sucked in. Now it's just like in the Lego universe. I get sucked in. I'm a Lego guy because that's the universe. I'm not just like they don't have like a human guy walking around all the Lego people going like, "Hey, what's up? My name's Fred." Now they have human guys outside of the universe that don't exist in the Lego universe, and there are
that's true.
cartoon humans that exist outside of the Wreck-It Ralph universe. But inside the universe itself is what changes you. So therefore, once I enter into that particular universe, the only way I can get there or be there is if I am a video game. Therefore, I'm a video game. Whereas in the Harry Potter universe, they got muggles, they got people just living down the street. You could easily be in that universe and not be a wizard. Or in
Yeah.
Star Wars, you can be any number of species and not necessarily be a Jedi. There's nothing about the universe that automatically and instantaneously transforms you to be what you want to be. But if you're going to be in Wreck-It Ralph in the video games, got to be a video game.
But in this universe, there's humans that are playing the video
And
games.
didn't you just not in the Wreck-It Ralph universe? In the movie, sure. They're in their own human universe. In the Wreck-It Ralph universe, you're inside the video games. That's the universe.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean that's hard one to argue
Just like
against.
just like in the Lego world, you're in that Lego universe, even though Will Ferrell as a adult male exists in like a human skin outside there. That's not the universe that we're talking about. We're talking about the Lego universe.
As an impartial
Distinct,
judge, I'll
unique
allow.
universe.
How about there we go.
Impartial
Yeah,
judge.
I mean, you're sitting over there saying like I got to be a wizard, and you're complaining that I'm like in a video game universe. I've made myself a wizard.
I'm just trying to justify my own picks.
I made myself the greatest Jedi of all time, and therefore, I'm in the Star Wars universe.
I'd allow it.
Me and Luke just like riding land speeders, just like. And if I was in the Star Wars universe and I got to pick my exact timeline, coming in right after they defeat the Death Star, and like and I could prevent this Ben Solo nonsense, and just be like, hey, look, we defeated the dark side. Let's just not create an evil Sith Lord, and we're good. Like, if we see someone constructing a new Death Star, let's just put a stop to that so they can't just create another Star Killer base. Let's put the kibosh on that before it's a full-fledged evil base that can wipe out 16 planets at once. Like, I feel like if I inserted myself in that timeline with Jedi powers, I could just be like, all right, here, this is the plan. We're going to be good people. We're going to make the world a better place.
I would not want to be a Jedi in the Star Wars universe.
Hey, you know what? I would like to be one of Charlie's Jedi, where I kind of know what's going to happen, and then I could just kind of take care of it before it happens. I'd be like, oh, yeah. Order 66, eh? I don't think so.
We couldn't just be regular Jedis. We have to be great Jedis because I don't want to be those Jedi jobbers who are like walk into rooms just to get slaughtered by whoever happens to be there to fight. Oh, we're Jedi guards. Oh no, we're dead. No!
Yeah, I agree. Is it my turn?
It is your turn, Tudong. You're number one.
Number one pick is, in fact, the world of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And let me tell you why. Because in this world, if you're a good enough martial artist, especially at Kung Fu, you suddenly have superhuman powers of flight and wisdom and speed and power and all these different things. People were jumping around in the trees and in the sky, around in things that are completely impossible, and nobody was like, what the hey is going on around here with this woman who's tearing up this entire place? They were like, we've seen this before, let's get her. And I mean, that would be so much fun, that kind of a thing, to be training over there, to be like to have those kinds of powers and flight, just because you trained so well. Nobody seemed like surprised that it happened. Now, if it was only certain people who had these, then people would be like, what the hey, they're defying freaking gravity over here. But nobody did. They're like, well, we saw that coming, let's get them. I don't know. Nobody was surprised. Nobody. And that was so cool, I thought. I thought, what a great, gorgeous world that they developed, they filmed. I mean, it goes with like the entire like fables and history and all of and even their own cinema over in China. I mean, it's just gorgeous, and it would be a really fun place to if you're training and you're a martial artist, and that would be like absolute fun life right there.
There you
Great
go.
pick.
That is a good pick.
Thank you.
I agree with that.
You go into the world, you're already a Jedi.
So if you go into here, you're automatically a martial artist?
No, you'd have to be a martial artist, and then you'd have to train. But then when you train, out of nowhere, suddenly you'd be like, wait a minute.
Get powers.
I'm levitating off the ground.
Fine.
How did it happen? I will say this, an honorable mention, I almost chose Hook for those same reasons. You just have to have a happy thought, a little bit of Tinkerbell dust, and you're on your way. Oh, that's cool. But I'd probably get slaughtered like Rufio, so forget that. I was like, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Or I've grown up and my kids hate me. No, yeah, those both. I'm like,
you would totally be.
Smee, I could be Smee. That would work for me.
You would totally be leader of the Lost Boys.
I'd be Rufio.
No, you would be Tudong, leader of the Lost Boys.
Leader of the Lost Boys. I'd be like, yes, meet my my sidekick right here, Rufio. He's cool. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, I'll follow you wherever, Rufio. I don't care. That hairdo alone and your sword fighting. Come on. But no, that's crazy. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. No, wait, no. Nobody dies in that.
Go. All right. My number one. Star Trek. Come on. If you have ever watched this channel before, you know that I love space. I want to go to space. I love the sci-fi. I love space. Shoot me off into space. When I die, I've told my wife, I want my body to be shot off into space. I want to go to space. What do these people do?
Seems reasonable.
Their day jobs are to just go up into space. They're like, all right, I'm going to work. I'll be up in space for the day. I'll be back for dinner. Come on.
I'll be back for dinner.
Come on. That sounds amazing. I want to work for the Federation. And then you work for the Federation, you go onto a starship, you go up into space, maybe you go to a different planet. Hey, I'll be back in a couple days. I got to go to this whole other planet. It sounds amazing. I want to do it. I want to live in this world. I don't remember what the date is on this, but freeze me and unthaw me like Demolition Man in the Star Trek universe, because I want to be there.
Hey, Charlie, now how many years do you think it would be before Brody then decides, I want to be frozen again to go further? Because I'm saying maybe 2. Maybe 2. 2 years. He's like, I've had enough of this. I want to see the future.
Honestly, you're probably not too far
unfreeze
off.
for 10 years at a time.
Yeah,
you got to watch Futurama, Brody. That's the whole premise of the show.
Is it?
You're such a fry. He wakes up in the year 3000. It's a beautiful thing.
I'll watch. So many seasons. But yeah, this.
So I Star Trek was on my list, and then I didn't end up putting it on because there's too many variables. But if you're saying that we can control the exact like planet that we're born into and the exact like job we're gonna have, then I sign me up 100%. If I could be on like the Enterprise or something and not wearing a red shirt, then great, sign me up for that 100%. But some of those planets weren't in great shape. And what if I'm born a Klingon or something, or a Borg?
But even Earth looked awesome. Like it was all high tech. There's these high tech skyscrapers. There's all this like flying cars. Like
Are you saying you wouldn't want to be a Vulcan? Come on, man, a Vulcan?
They're boring.
What?
They have no emotions.
They're not boring to other Vulcans, though. I mean,
yeah,
hanging out. Like, what's up?
No, man, I just want to be on Earth. I just want to be on Earth.
Yeah, no, I hear you. This would be a really fun universe to be in for sure.
Yeah.
So there you go. My number one, Star Trek. Want to go to space, and this was the most peaceful space trekking movie I could find. All the other ones are space trekking because Earth is like falling apart. This one, Earth is in at least good shape. They go up to space.
Have you seen Earth Girls Are Easy? Because if you saw that, like you don't even stay on Earth. On Earth Girls Are Easy. It seemed like a nice place.
My number.
Yeah, you're right.
My number one.
Yep.
You guys can probably guess my number one. Pokemon! Yes! Oh, to have my own little Pikachu or my Bulba or Squirtle and just have to be able to just hang out with Pokemon, to have been born into this universe, especially because then when I was like 12 or something, I could just see a family. I'm out of here. It's just me, my Pokemon, and the open road, and just the adventures that you get to have, the wacky, wonderful characters you get to meet. You get to catch all these Pokemon. They're all your friends. To fall asleep on the belly of a Snorlax, just curled into a little ball. To fly on the wings of a Fearow. To just be able to see and encounter these legendary Pokemon. To live in this fantastical universe. Yes, please. Yes, and I could go into the tournament business. I could be a trainer like Ash who's trying to battle to be the very best, or like Brock, I could be like a breeder, or there's so many different options. Plus, like, you get to meet like 50 or like an infinite amount of Officer Jennies and Nurse Joys. So it's what a great universe. And the Pokemon, you take them to the healing center. They're all better. They just live forever. Everyone's always happy. No one ages. It's just forever. You're just forever like whatever age you are, and you're good. For 28 years later, we're all just hanging out with the same Pikachu. Oh man.
Now, is
Pikachu.
this the same as the Detective Pokemon universe? Are they the same universes?
First of all, there is no Detective Pokemon. All right, so just
Detective
quit being
Pikachu.
offensive over there. It's like me saying all these Star Trek wars. I'm like, get out of here with this nonsense.
Detective Pikachu is what I meant to say.
Detective Pikachu has its own kind of spin on what they're taking what the anime presented, and there's various, like, there's dozens and dozens of movies that you could pick from in the Pokemon animated lineage. But if you wanted to focus on the Detective Pikachu stuff, I mean, that's like kind of like what it would look like if just a more contemporary society just also happened to have Pokemon that existed. It's a little less romantic. There's certainly the movie was a little bit grittier and a little bit more dark. So there's like underground Pokemon fighting and the wild Apoms and things like that. I mean, it'd still be fun because you still get like Pokemon, and he is like he had posters in his room, and people had a Pokemon as a child. But the anime is great because you're just like walking around and you're like, hey, there's a Pokemon, I'll just catch it. And then you catch it, and then you have a Pokemon, which they didn't really do in the Detective Pikachu film. It was, it's more, they're just telling one like linear story. The world's still cool, but give me the animated films, where you're just kind of like on quests all the time, wandering these beautiful like scenic scenes and encountering interesting people and fantastical fun, and give me a nice starter Pokemon that I can raise to be like my best friend. What a great universe.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I didn't even think of it.
Even Detective Pikachu wouldn't be a bad universe to live in as long as the scary guy at the end of the movie isn't, as long as he's gone. Not so bad.
All right. Well, good lists, guys. You guys have anything else to add?
I don't. No honorable mentions, you guys?
I think I had thought of like the Tolkien, like the Middle Earth, but then I was like, I'd probably die really quick.
Really quickly, right?
If I could be a hobbit and live with the hobbits after the ring had been destroyed.
Yes.
Then yes. Like the ring's destroyed, there's peace, and I'm a hobbit in the hobbit place, not like a big person in the hobbit place. And I get like second breakfasties and 11sies and eating all the time and hanging out.
Yep.
Heck yeah. But there were so many variables I had to put in front of that, because it's like, man, if you get born in the wrong time, woo, or in the wrong place, woo.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah. For sure. All right.
Yeah,
well,
that'd be fun.
Charlie,
Hey.
been a little while.
Well, we'll have to. So let us know. Let us know below or after. What some of your favorite universes to live in might be, and maybe we'll do a worst universes to live in for movies too. That might be a fun list.
Be a lot easier.
Where you would definitely not want to end up. But we'd love to hear from you, and appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. It's great to be back. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Click below for more video content, and make sure you like and subscribe below the beard.
See you guys later.